Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Heritage Hemp podcast, where we interview different founders in the hemp industry and make connections and learn together as we're growing in this nascent market as it stands today. With me today is Shripat from Weaving Vibes. How are you doing today?
Very well, Miles. Hope all's well with you too. Thank you for having me.
Um, Not a problem. And just so I don't butcher it for the rest of this podcast, your name is pronounced Shripat?
That's correct.
Okay, excellent. So, to begin, let's just kind of dive into your journey starting out in the hemp industry. How did you come to know hemp? How did you get involved and kind of the beginnings of your interest in hemp?
Got it. So I'll just give a brief short intro about what we do at Weaving Vibes.
Mm-hmm.
We basically are a manufacturing mill with a capacity of 300,000 meters of fabric a month, where we manufacture hemp textiles for three industries: the apparel industry, the home furnishing, and the luggage or the accessories industry. All the fabrics that we manufacture are in 58 inches width and are 100% customizable, wherein you can customize the weave, the GSM of the fabric. You can choose the color you want the fabric dyed in. We also do digital printing, amongst other value added services. So we started this in around 2019, towards the end of 2019, and it's been three and a half years that we've been in the hemp textile manufacturing space. Uh, how I got into hemp, frankly speaking, my upbringing and my childhood has kind of been around spirituality. With the basic teachings of reduce and reuse, and being from a textile family where my father also was is in the textile industry. I kind of had a pre-notion and an idea about where the textile industry should be and what kind of fabrics we could manufacture. So when I started out late in 2000, back in 2013, 2014, we were primarily manufacturing cotton blends with polyester and linens. And in those 3 4 years, as I said, being from the whole reuse recycle you know kind of value system, I was trying to find what does sustainability actually mean, because till then it was just a word. I just wanted to understand the true meaning of sustainability. And when I started venturing out into that, I realized that there's a whole range of sustainable fabrics. There's hemp, there's fabrics made from banana, there's fabric made from lotus, and so on and so forth. But when I started reading and researching about hemp, is when I kind of, developed a passion for that plant, where I felt that this plant can not only make fabrics for your shirt or your pant, but also for your sofa covers or your curtains or your bed sheets, for your towels and so on. The versatility of hemp is what kind of drove me to this. So that's when I kind of decided to focus all my attention onto hemp, and that's how Weaving Vibes was born.
Very nice. So the initial interest in hemp just started from you kind of researching different fabrics and plants that were out there that were most sustainable.
True. And in that, I try to find out not only which is most sustainable, but which is also commercially viable.
Yeah,
So that,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I relate to that a lot because that's how I got into hemp. I just wanted to try to make super sustainable clothing, and I just researched and found hemp, and I was like, I've never heard of this thing before. So that's when I just kind of started digging into it, and the more fascinated and interested I became. So I definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
Um, so given that you are across the globe currently, and kind of the legal landscape around hemp is different between America and India. Can you give us some insight into what type of challenges you encountered that specifically relate to hemp and how that may be even more specific in relation to India's regulations surrounding hemp?
Got it. So the challenges that we've basically faced in this short span of 3.5 years of being in the hemp textile manufacturing space is started off with definitely the legal and regularity uh, part for the cultivation or sourcing of hemp fibers. As on today, we have around two states in India which has been legalized by the government for the cultivation of hemp. So that's a good start, but still, it's not enough for us to source, and then that is why we're still dependent on imports. So definitely the first challenge is around the legal and regulatory aspects. The second challenge is the processing and technology limitations that are there. So by processing limitations, I mean from the cultivation of the crop, from its extraction to the rowing to the retting process to the spinning, and till the final garmenting. There are a lot of loopholes that I feel we need to fill up with hemp. Also, owing to the fact that hemp is still relevantly a new fabric, though it's been in our scriptures for thousands and thousands of years, it kind of lost its grounds due to the rise of synthetic fibers and the kind of perception it got, and the attachment to marijuana. That is the two main reasons why it went down. So yes, so the second challenge is the processing and technology limitations that we have, and I would say the third challenge is the market acceptance for the fabric and the perception that customers have towards these fabrics. So, I'm sure you would have got this question a lot. A lot of people think hemp fabric is rough and it's going to be rigid and it's not going to be as soft. But, once we wear the hemp garment, we know it's really soft and smooth and gets softer and stronger every time you wash. So this kind of perception and market acceptance is what we are fighting, is a challenge that even till date we are facing. So yeah, so these three challenges are primarily the ones that we're working towards.
Absolutely. Actually, the number one question that I get is, can you smoke it? Which I honestly don't know if they're joking or like messing with me, or if they're serious, but either way, it's quite concerning.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a question even I've received a lot. We've received questions such as, oh, if I wear it, will I get high after wearing it? Does it smell like marijuana, and so on and so forth. So that's something we have to still smile and answer, and kind of
Yeah,
spread the knowledge and word of hemp.
absolutely. And kind of piggybacking off of what challenges you faced, can you kind of dig into any maybe regulatory hurdles or kind of legal challenges that you may have encountered with your business in particular?
Being in the hemp textile space, we didn't face any kind of major issues like the CBD space or the medicinal side faces, is because hemp fiber comes under the group of bast fibers. So, just how you have linen, which is made out of flax, you have hemp fabric made out of hemp fibers. So, there were a, there was trouble in terms of the government recognizing the fiber, in the government, putting the do's and the don'ts for the fiber, but I wouldn't say it was like climbing up a mountain. It was not as difficult as we are seeing our brothers in the medicinal space and the CBD space facing issues till date.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
is the raw fiber you guys are using, is it imported or is it grown in India?
Most of it is imported.
Gotcha. Can you speak to where it's imported from?
It's imported from many countries. It definitely started off with the major country being China,
Yeah.
having the largest fiber production. Then there's Australia, there's New Zealand, there's France, Germany, there's America that's making a lot of fiber as well. And in fibers also, there are three. There's a whole range of fiber. The short fibers, medium staple
Yeah.
fibers, long staple fibers. So there are many countries now understanding the value of hemp, and getting into, I would say, primarily cultivation of the crop, because as we know, the crop has more than probably 15 to 20 industries that can benefit off this single crop.
Yeah, and you kind of spoke to it earlier today or earlier in this recording. How do you in particular approach engaging customers and kind of educating them on why hemp's better, what hemp is, and kind of the benefits that it can bring to every consumer?
So we basically have two main ways of educating. One is definitely through social media.
Hmm.
We try and pour out as much knowledge as we can, and kind of clear a lot of misconceptions that people have around the fabric, through social media, through newsletters, through blogs, and so on and so forth. And we also participate in a lot of textile events. So, regardless of it being hemp centric or not, we participate just so that we not only can get the word out there, but we also get live feedback from customers about where they are in terms of acceptance of hemp fabric. Have they heard it before? What do they feel about it? The price range, the feel, the fall, the quality. So that's where we kind of these two mediums, I would say, social media, like the digital platform, and an offline platform, just physical events, like we met at NOCO as well. So events as such is what we participate in.
Yeah, I think that's actually really important. It's one thing to kind of talk through a computer screen and through a phone, but you actually have to get people in front of you feeling it, touching it, and kind of so they understand, like, oh, this is not something I'm gonna get high off of. It's just another fabric that is better
You're right.
than the rest of them.
You're right.
Yeah. Um, were you planning or are you planning on going to the HIA festival or HIA Con in Austin this year?
No, this year I won't be. This year I already have my travels planned, but definitely next year. I did have it on my list this year, but I was late to get to know about it, and so I think I'll be skipping it this year. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was planning on going, but then they delayed it till
Okay.
November, right before Black Friday, or on Black Friday weekend, and with my work schedule, that just didn't work
Oh,
out, unfortunately. But I am planning on going to next year's NoCo in Colorado. Apologies. So hopefully I'll see you there.
yep.
Um, and since you've said that you've kind of been established in this space 3 years now, or 2019, correct?
Correct.
Correct. So what advice would you give to someone who's just starting out in the hemp industry and is just starting to know about it and wants to get involved? What advice would you give them?
I mean, especially someone getting out in the hemp textile space, I would say it's better today than tomorrow, because the space is really going to erupt. A lot of fashion brands are being, because of the environmental impact they are causing due to fast fashion, all looking at sustainable kind of options to choose from, where they have hemp as their first primary option. And I feel that anyone who wants to start something or thinking of starting something in the hemp textile space should definitely start today. There's great scope, there's great potential, and the more the merrier, and the better for Mother Earth at the end of the day. Because truth be spoken, global warming is a fact. uh, there is a lot of pressure, and the least we can do is, I would say, if everyone even has changes 30% of their wardrobe to sustainable clothing, it would really impact the universe. So yeah, so my message is, anyone willing to also, if you have any questions relating to hemp textiles, I'm more than happy to answer. You can feel free to get in touch, and wish everyone all the best.
Very nice. Well, um, Thank you very much for taking the time to speak, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Is there anything you would like to plug or promote?
Yeah, sure. You can definitely follow us on Instagram. Handle is at Weaving Vibes. Also, a website where you can purchase fabric. We sell fabrics up to 100 meters. So, if there's any small quantity that you're looking for, especially for startups who cannot afford to give bulk orders, who just want 10 yards, 20 yards to start off, you can definitely get onto our website, www.weavingvibes.com, and you can purchase fabric right off the website. Also, you can email me at shripat@weavingvibes.com if you have any questions relating to hemp textiles, if you're looking for collaborations or any kind of awareness drives, we would love to collaborate. And Miles, thank you for this. I wish you all the best for your future podcasts as well, and keep spreading the word.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. Have a great rest of your night, Shripat.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.